What would you say if police told you to unlock your door right now, but they had no warrant? If you open that door too fast, you can hand over rights you may never get back. One nervous move can turn a simple knock into your worst night. Hit subscribe right now because what you're about to hear could protect your home, your family, and your freedom. Like this video too, so you can find it fast when your heart is pounding and someone is banging on your door. Most people have no idea that the biggest mistake happens before police ever step inside. It happens when you panic. It happens when you try to sound helpful. It happens when you crack the door just a few inches, thinking that looks polite. Let me show you exactly what you need to say, what you should never say, and why your locked door is often your best defense. You're going to learn the first question that changes everything. You're going to learn the sentence that blocks consent. You're going to learn the words that stop you from talking yourself into trouble. And you're going to see how one calm response can make the whole situation shrink fast. You need this because police do not always need force to get inside. Sometimes they just need you to cooperate. That's the part nobody teaches you. They may sound casual. They may sound friendly. They may act like unlocking the door is just a tiny step. But once that door opens, they may say they saw something, heard something, or smelled something. Then your whole night changes. I've analyzed over 200 body cam videos, and the same pattern keeps showing up. People think they're being respectful. What they're really doing is making the officer's job easier. Here's the reality. Your home gets the strongest protection under the Constitution, but only if you stop giving that protection away with your own mouth and your own hands. So picture this. You're home at night. Maybe you're in sweats. Maybe your kids are in the next room. Maybe you hear hard knocking and a voice yelling, "Police, unlock the door." Your pulse jumps. You think if you don't open up, you'll look guilty. That fear is exactly what gets people in trouble. The officer may not have a warrant. The officer may not even have enough facts to get one. They may just want to talk. They may want consent. They may want you to step into the hall. They may want a view inside your place. Here's the trick they don't want you knowing. They can ask all day. Asking is not the same as having legal power. You do not have to make their job easier just because they sound confident. Your goal is simple. Keep the door locked. Stay calm. Talk through the door. Use short lines. Make them do things the legal way. The first thing you say is not a speech. It's one question. You speak through the closed door and say this: "Do you have a warrant?" Those exact 5 words matter. Memorize them. Say them in a calm voice. Do not argue. Do not explain. Do not unlock first and then ask later. Ask first. While the door stays locked. Why does that line work so well? Because it forces the whole moment into a legal lane. Instead of you reacting to their tone, you make them answer a simple legal question. If they say yes, then you know what kind of situation you're in. If they say no, then you know they're trying to get you to volunteer access. Defense attorneys use this exact line in court because it makes the record clear. You were not inviting them in. You were demanding the legal basis first. Watch what happens when people skip this. They open the door halfway. Then the officer says, "Mind if we come in and talk?" The person says, sure, I guess." Now the officer is inside. Now the officer sees things. Now the officer starts asking who else is there, what that smell is, and whether you'd mind if they just take a quick look. Everything gets harder for you after that bad way. Most drivers say, "Sure, come in, I've got nothing to hide." Then the bad outcome happens. Police treat that as consent, and your home is now open to plain view evidence and more questions. Good way. Smart drivers say, "Do you have a warrant?" Then the good outcome happens. The officer has to answer, and you stop the free access before it starts. And yes, this is 100% legal. You are not resisting by asking a question through your own closed door. You are not being rude. You are not committing some magic offense because you didn't swing the door open on command. Former police officers have confirmed this works because it changes the tone. It tells the officer you know the difference between a request and lawful authority. This comes straight from Supreme Court rulings. In Payton v. New York, the court said police cannot make a routine, non-consensual entry into your home without a warrant, unless there is some real emergency. In plain English, if they do not have the legal paper and there is no true emergency, your door is not theirs to open. That is why your first question matters so much. It puts the burden back on them, where it belongs. If they say they do not have a warrant, do not start debating. Do not ask why they're there yet. Do not unlock to clear things up. Keep the door shut and move to the next line. Have you ever felt pressure to sound nice when you should stay careful? Tell me in the comments, because that pressure traps a lot of people. Your second move is your shield. You say this through the door: I do not consent to any entry or searches. Word for word. Keep it short. Keep it calm. Say it once. If needed, say it again. This line matters because officers love gray areas. They love maybe. They love nervous laughter. They love, I guess that's fine. Your job is to remove all gray. Consent is the shortcut around your rights. If you kill consent, you make them use the harder road. Legal experts agree this is your strongest protection because once consent enters the story, your defense gets much harder later. Here's the reality. A lot of people think refusing consent makes them look guilty. That fear is backwards. People refuse consent for all kinds of normal reasons, because they value privacy, because they know homes are protected, because they do not want a phishing trip inside their bedroom, kitchen, or phone. Refusal is not a confession. Refusal is a boundary. Let me show you exactly how officers often phrase it. They won't always say, "Can I search?" They'll say, "You mind if I come in and talk?" Or just open up so we can clear this up. Or if you've done nothing wrong, why not let us in? Listen closely because this is critical. That is not proof, that is pressure. Your answer stays the same. I do not consent to any entry or searches. Bad way. Most drivers say, okay, but make it quick. Then the bad outcome happens, that 1 week sentence becomes consent, and now police are inside looking around. Good way. Smart drivers say, I do not consent to any entry or searches. Then the good outcome happens. The officer knows you are not giving permission, and that shuts down the easiest path into your home. Watch what happens when you use that line and keep quiet after. The officer may repeat the request. The officer may try a new angle. The officer may ask who else is inside. The officer may say, they just want to talk face to face. Do not let the wording fool you. Entry is entry. Once the door opens wide, the facts can change fast. If they claim they smell something or see something, you have handed them fresh material to work with. This is 100% legal too. You are allowed to refuse consent. That is not obstruction. That is not a crime. It is the exercise of a right. Georgia v. Randolph helps show why your clear refusal matters. The court said when one resident is there and clearly says, no, police cannot just act like another person's yes wipes that out. In plain English, your clear no matters. Your words matter, your refusal counts. Now, one huge warning, if police say they have a real warrant or there is a true emergency like someone screaming for help, fire, or immediate danger, do not physically block them, do not fight the door, your words protect you. Your body does not need to test the frame. If they have lawful authority, you stay calm, step aside, and keep saying you do not consent. That keeps your rights clean for later. Your third move is how you stop the interview, because once they can't get your door, they often go after your mouth. They ask who else is home. They ask where you were. They ask whether you own a weapon. They ask if you smoked. They ask if you can just explain one thing. That's where people sink themselves. So your line is this: I am exercising my right to remain silent. If I am being detained, I want a lawyer. Say it exactly like that. That sentence does two jobs for you. First, it stops the friendly chat trap. Second, it makes clear that if this is turning into a detention or arrest, you want counsel. You are not there to talk your way out. You are there to stop digging. Defense attorneys use this exact line in court because every extra word after that can hurt you, and very little can help you in that moment. People always think, if I just explain, this goes away. That is not how these moments work. Police are trained to gather facts. They are not there to be your memory coach. If you are stressed, tired, scared, or angry, you are very likely to say something sloppy. Maybe you give the wrong time. Maybe you guess. Maybe you joke. Maybe you try to sound calm and end up sounding inconsistent. Then that gets written down and played back later. Bad way. Most drivers say I can explain everything, just let me tell you. Then the bad outcome happens. They keep talking, give facts police can test, and build a case with their own words. Good way. Smart drivers say I am exercising my right to remain silent. If I am being detained, I want a lawyer. Then the good outcome happens. The questions lose power and your risk drops fast. A lot of you need to hear this next part. Silence does not mean being disrespectful. Silence means you stop feeding the machine. You can still be calm. You can still be polite. You can still say your name if required in your area, but you do not need to tell stories through a locked door at midnight. This comes straight from Supreme Court rulings on your right not to help build the case against yourself. Your job is not to perform. Your job is to protect yourself. And if you're still here, you're already ahead of most people. Drop a comment saying I'm still here, because the next move is what keeps the whole encounter from dragging on. Your Fourth move is how you end the fishing trip without escalating it. You say this: "If you do not have a warrant, please leave your card. I will not open the door." That line is gold because it is calm, clear, and final. You are not screaming. You are not insulting anyone. You are offering a simple path that does not give away your safety. Why is this so strong? Because it keeps the contact narrow. If they truly just need to talk later, they can leave a card. If they truly have enough for legal action, they can go get the paperwork. If they have neither, then you stop helping them fill the gap. Former police officers have confirmed this works because it removes the emotional fuel from the moment. You are not fighting. You are setting terms. A lot of officers count on you feeling awkward. They know you do not want to seem rude. They know you may worry what the neighbors think. They know you may feel pressure if they say, "We can do this the easy way or the hard way." But your calm answer is the easy way for you. It keeps your home protected. It keeps your family behind a barrier. It keeps the record clean if anything happens later. Bad way. Most drivers say, "Okay, wait, I'm unlocking it now." Then the bad outcome happens. The officer gets face-to-face access, sees inside, and the whole stop grows teeth. Good way. Smart drivers say, "If you do not have a warrant, please leave your card. I will not open the door." Then the good outcome happens. The officer either leaves, gets a warrant, or makes the legal basis clear. Now let's connect all this to the bigger law in simple English. In Payton v. New York, the Supreme Court said your home is special. Police cannot just cross your doorway for a routine arrest without a warrant if you do not consent, and there is no true emergency. That is the backbone of this whole video. In Caniglia v. Strom, the court said police do not get some broad free pass to enter homes just because they say they are checking on things. In plain English, a welfare-style excuse does not erase your home rights, and in Georgia v. Randolph, the court showed that when a present resident clearly refuses consent, that refusal matters. Put all that together and the lesson is simple. Police can knock. Police can ask. But ask does not mean force, and your calm no still counts. Legal experts agree this is your strongest protection because it keeps you from creating consent, creating statements, and creating new facts against yourself. Now let's walk through the whole thing so you can hear it in real life. It's 10:40. At night, you're at home. Loud banging starts. A voice says, "Police, unlock the door." Your stomach drops. The wrong way starts when you rush over and say, "Okay, hold on." You unlock the deadbolt. You open the door 3 inches. They ask if they can come in and talk. You say, "Sure, but I didn't do anything." Now they see into your place. They ask who else is inside. You answer. They ask where you were earlier. You answer. 10 minutes later, you are tangled in your own words, and the officer is asking for just a quick look. Now the right way. You walk to the door, but you do not unlock it. You stay calm. You speak through the door or your camera. You say, "Do you have a warrant?" They say no. You say, "I do not consent to any entry or searches." They try again. You do not argue. You say, "I am exercising my right to remain silent. If I am being detained, I want a lawyer." They push one more time. You finish with, "If you do not have a warrant, please leave your card. I will not open the door." That version protects you. It protects your space. It protects your future. And if they really do have lawful authority, you still have not made their case easier with your words. That is the difference. Next week I'm covering what to say when police claim they smell weed at your car or your door. Subscribe right now because that excuse gets used constantly, and if you miss that video, you may miss the tactic. That stops the whole thing early. So remember the 4 moves. First, ask, "Do you have a warrant?" That forces the truth to the surface. Second, say, "I do not consent to any entry or searches." That kills the shortcut. Third, say, "I am exercising my right to remain silent. If I am being detained, I want a lawyer." That stops you from helping build the case. Fourth, say, "If you do not have a warrant, please leave your card. I will not open the door." That ends the fishing trip without drama. You do not need a long speech. You need a locked door, a calm voice, and a few memorized lines. Hit subscribe so you catch that next video on smell claims and car searches. Smash like if this video just gave you a plan you can actually use, and drop a comment telling me which line you're going to memorize first. Stay calm, stay smart, and protect your home.